edition of the Unqualified Uprising. I'm your host, Mike. Today we're going to get into some movies, the ones we like. We can even talk about ones we hate. I didn't bring that up in our 2-minute production meeting, so it's a little bit off the cuff, but there's a lot of movies that I like. I like talking about movies. I know a lot about movies, and whatever. I'm going to bring in my special movie critic and movie analyst, Tom.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Tom. And Adam, you are how can I say it, a renaissance man when it comes to horror movies. You love horror movies and you know a lot about movies.
Yes, I do.
I would say you're almost an encyclopedia of movies.
That would be correct.
That would be correct. So Adam's going to be our guide, because if you have questions about movies, he pretty much knows them. So Tom, do you want to start us off? Or Adam, do you want to start us off?
I must say that I miss Joe.
You missed Joe? What are you talking about? He's right there.
That's right.
Sitting there, he's just quiet.
We have a picture of Joe with a Trump shirt on. Adam drew it on our dry erase board, and a pirate gave that to me. So thank you, pirate. Yeah, I'm not going to explain that anymore, but that is a true statement I just said. A pirate gave that to me. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Three movies that I
Listen
love.
Listen to you. I'm listening to you. 3 movies that you love.
Okay.
You totally went to numbers. I said there's no restraints. It doesn't have to be 3.
Okay.
It could be 4.
It could be 50.
It could be 7. It
Might
could be
be
50. It could be whatever. Go ahead.
Probably 3. That's a nice number.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Tell me a movie that you absolutely love.
Better Off Dead.
Better Off
I
Dead.
was hoping you guys would have known this movie.
I've never heard of
We're not.
I was just
We're
gonna think
yeah.
about
Listen,
this.
we're
Yeah.
under the age of 50. We don't know that movie.
Okay. Well, the movie was probably put out in 1986.
I was 6.
You were 6 years old in 1986.
it. I was -1.
Adam with -1. I love it. Okay, who's in
Oh,
Better
well,
Off?
wait a minute.
What?
I know. Well, this is no secret that you guys like Star Wars. And how old were you when Star Wars came? Negative.
-10.
Yeah.
I was -3.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yes, you call us out. Great. So
Okay.
Better Off Dead. What is Better Off Dead?
All right. So it's about a gentleman.
A gentleman.
A kid. A high school
A
kid.
kid.
Yes. Who
Okay.
gets dumped by his girlfriend.
Okay.
And the basic whole premise of the movie is just one of those. It's just a
Basical?
It's just a gag movie all the way through. For
Like
an
Scary
hour and a half.
Movie?
It tells more of a story than Scary Movie. It's not like reel-to-reel gags, but it's telling a story on top of it. So,
Like The Naked Gun?
No, that's really out there. That's a really out there movie. As far as like that's like just told. So that whole movie's nonsense. Naked Gun.
Who's
It's a
it?
good
You're
movie.
boring me. Who's in this movie?
John Cusack
Oh, Lord.
is the star of the movie.
He's in one of my guilty pleasure movies.
Yeah, but he's-
Johnny Q.
Yeah, but if you look up his career, he started off doing these.
I don't even think he has a Q in his name, does he?
No,
Everyone
No.
calls him John Cusack, but there's no Q.
he has apparently had disdain for this movie over his career. Wouldn't talk about this movie until recently.
Hey,
I
John
guess he
Cusack.
warmed up to it.
You ever see? Yeah, I love you in that movie, Better Off Dead.
Fuck
You know-
off!
You know that movie no one's ever heard of?
Yeah,
Better
fuck
Off
off.
Dead? That was great.
I wouldn't say nobody's ever heard of it.
Okay.
Well, anybody?
Anyone that matters has never heard of it.
Well, anyone under 35 probably never heard of it.
Okay, is it a good movie?
Yes, it's a very funny movie.
He
I
dumps his
recommend
girlfriend.
it.
What does he do? Fight her?
You know, she dumps him.
She dumps him.
Yes. So
And
it
what, does he
starts
gotta
out.
win her back?
The movie starts out with them establishing that he's in love with this girl because he has 1,000 pictures of her on his wall. They're going on.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, and
Are their
almost
eyes
a-
cut out? What
No.
kind of movie is this? He has 1,000 pictures of her on the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is tell you where he is in the relationship. that he's
Yeah,
gotta be in
that
love
tells
with
me
her.
that tells me a couple things, but go ahead.
So he is in love with this girl, but they're going on a ski trip apparently.
A ski trip.
Yes.
Okay.
So, well, a school ski trip.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they're in a group. And
Okay.
The
But she dumped him
She dumps him after we meet the guy who
on the ski trip.
Yes, there's a guy who's chaperoning the ski trip.
Oh,
who's
no.
another student, a jock, asshole
Oh,
type
Thumper.
guy. Yeah, kind of like
Thumper.
that guy in Karate Kid, the
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai guy, the blonde
Okay.
kid. God, his name escapes me, but like, yeah, just a douchebag.
A douchebag.
So
So Molly falls in love with douchebag.
Yeah, so they're coming back for the trip. Oh, I think it's time we see other people, that type of shit.
Okay.
So he becomes suicidal in the.
Oh, well, that took a. This movie seems to have hills and valleys. Like,
Yes.
serious, like.
We're only 3 minutes in.
There seems to be a lot of highs and a lot of serious lows. But okay.
All right. Well, it also has a kid that's chasing him around for newspaper money. There's a paper boy in the movie, and it's a running gag in the movie where this kid's trying to collect $2 for his for the bill for his papers. And
Okay.
yeah. So it's got a lot going on, and so he starts trying to off himself in the movie.
Oh,
in
Lord.
different ways. So,
Okay.
in comedic ways, if that can be
Comedic
possible.
ways?
Yes.
Like and
So-
subscribe on YouTube, Rumble,
Yes.
Spotify. Hit that like button. Make some comments. I've never comment if you ever seen Better Off Dead, and tell me that it's a good movie, because what Mayo is describing right now, it sounds like a train wreck. But go ahead.
It almost seems like it would have been a better idea if we all watched our 3 favorite movies or whatever, and then did this. But
No,
okay, we have a
change
better
back. No,
understanding.
get back. Don't. No, you're trying.
No, I'm not trying to stop it.
Okay. Get back
We're just
to
being
this-
raw. We're just being raw.
Yeah,
We're
but
just
get
being
back
raw.
to this horrendous movie you're telling us about. Okay.
All right. So, his family's all concerned about him. He has this weird brother who doesn't have a line in the whole movie, who's kind of a pervert.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What kind of movie is this? The more you describe it, the more disturbing it sounds.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how is he a pervert?
Well, he was ordering stuff online.
Okay.
Well, not online. It wouldn't be online back then. He was ordering stuff through magazines and stuff. But it was
Okay.
just all his comedy was visual. You'd
Okay.
see him get magazines in the mail.
Like porno magazines?
Maybe porno or what, like towards the end of the movie.
Maybe porno.
Well,
is-
towards the end of the movie, there's one scene in the middle of the movie where he's going through his depression at Christmas time.
Oh, Lord.
The John Cusack character, Lane.
Okay.
And he walks into the room, and his younger brother, who can't be more than 13 years old,
Okay.
has like 4 half-naked women in the room with him. So how he
Real
managed
people?
that- real women, yeah.
What kind of?
You're gonna want to watch this movie. Man.
No, I'm not. I don't want to ever see this movie. This movie sounds like it should be on some kind of list.
A blacklist.
A blacklist. Like, okay. Here.
All right. So
No,
he's,
okay, go ahead. But okay, go
all
ahead.
right. All right. Another plot.
No,
in the
no,
movie. Go
oh
ahead.
no. This is the same movie.
This is the same
Okay,
movie.
continue, please.
Okay, so there is their neighbors
They're neighbors.
have an exchange student from France
Okay.
who is a beautiful French girl.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So
Oui.
we learn that this girl is harboring a crush on the Lane character.
Okay.
So the first half of the movie is John Cusack going through his depression over breaking up with his girlfriend, and as time goes by, he's trying to get it together. His father's trying to help him. He sets him up with a date that doesn't go well. So in a way, this is kind of a gag. He sets him up with a date. The girl has a freaking retainer on her mouth. Says he doesn't want to go out with her. Why don't you just give me half the money for the bill?
What, to the girl?
The girl says it
Okay.
to him. He goes to pick up the girl on the date.
Okay.
The girl gets to the door. She has a retainer. She's heavy. Just imagine the most ugliest thing you'd ever seen.
Oh
in your
my
life.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes,
Okay.
let's get one thing straight.
Okay.
You don't want to go out with me. I don't want to go out with you.
Okay.
Let's do the math. And she starts adding on the calculator. Dinner. Well, I don't see you as a generous tipper, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And
The woman's doing this?
the girl, yeah,
Good.
yeah. And then at the end, he goes, "Why don't you just give me $22 and we'll call it a night." So he does.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is him trying to get back on his feet, so to speak.
Okay.
Another side gag in the movie. They had a lot of these running gags in the movie. Are these 2 Asian twins that every time he would pull up to him at a traffic light, they'd want to drag race. They always seem to be there, and they kick his ass at drag racing. They meet at a
Okay.
light. You ever do that when you were younger? You pull up at a stop
Yeah,
sign.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you
Stay on
race.
topic. Stay on the
Yeah,
movie.
so
Stay on
that's-
the movie.
I am staying on the movie.
Stay on the movie.
So the one brother talk like Howard Cosell.
Okay, no, I
Just
understand
going
that.
like this. So it always end with him winding up crashing the car that he had.
Okay.
So
Are you wrapping this up? Because I want to explain this movie back to you. What I want to explain.
You-
Never seen this movie. I want to explain what you said back to you. I want to describe this movie.
You want to describe?
someone.
You're describing it to me like I've never seen it.
Yes.
Okay. That's gonna be difficult because it is a gag movie to an extent. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. So far,
yeah. Okay, so there's this movie. This guy and this girl, they go on a ski trip, and the girl ends up dumping this dude on the way back from the ski trip for some jock guy. Then he gets suicidal, and I'm telling you, this guy has like thousands of pictures of this girl all over his room.
he was in love with her.
He's really in love with her, like scary in love with her. His brother is some kind of dirty ass pervert that lives in his house, and who knows what his brother does when he's not there. And for some reason, there's like a 14-year-old with naked old ladies in his room. That's what you just told me.
Yeah, that's half the story.
That sounds disturbing.
Yeah, there's a lot of running gags in the movie. Like
Yeah, but this doesn't sound like a gag movie. This sounds like a smut film.
the movie was 1986.
That doesn't okay. It doesn't mean anything.
And it was a gag movie.
Please go to your next movie.
You don't want me to finish that movie?
I don't. I'm good. Better Off Dead.
Better Off Dead. Go see it.
Better
Go
off not
rent
seeing
it.
that movie. Better off not seeing
Best
it.
movie ever.
That is
ever.
does
I don't know
not
about
sound
that.
like it. Listen, I'm not trying to be hypercritical, but
Oh god.
this might be another. I'm gonna say it. We're not gonna delve into it until we get super famous, but this might be another Naked and Afraid. This might be another Naked and Afraid situation.
A Naked and Afraid situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember the Naked and Afraid
Yes.
talking to you got?
It was a talking
It
to.
was a talking to. We saved your life.
What?
We
Okay.
saved you. Okay,
All
movie
right.
number 2.
I feel saved.
You should feel saved.
All right.
Movie number 2. And don't be
I don't-
mad about us not liking your
I'm
movie.
not mad
You're
at
probably not
all.
gonna yeah, you are.
You don't know the
You're
whole
very
fucking movie.
mad because I don't want to know the movie.
Well,
As soon as you said pervert, I was starting to check out. Unless
see,
we-
when Adam starts going on about the Barbie movie later,
yeah,
I'm gonna sit in my seat
Oh,
there.
dude, oh, man. I love it. I love it. Shots fired.
All right.
Movie number 2 better be good.
Oh yeah.
Better not be Napoleon Dynamite.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Shameful.
Okay. Don't be a snob.
What
No
about-
Citizen Kane. Don't be a Citizen Kane.
What about Bob?
Come on, really?
You know that movie?
I
Oh,
think
please.
I've seen it.
Richard Dreyfuss, Bill Murray.
Yeah, I don't know it that well.
Bill Murray was
Richard
like,
Dreyfuss is very talented. So is Bill Murray.
Yeah. Well, Bill Murray had a lot of and the character he played, Bob. Had
Bob.
A lot of, yes. He was a bit of a psychopath and had a lot.
Oh, man.
And a
Okay.
sociopath.
Okay.
Had a lot of freaking.
Is this
problems.
another comedy?
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Another comedy about a psychopath. Okay.
And the Richard Dreyfuss character is a well-renowned psychiatrist
Yes.
that Bob was referred to. So
Okay.
Bob goes to see the psychiatrist.
This is
on a-
post Jaws. Richard Dreyfuss has already done Jaws.
by about 15 years.
Okay.
I think this movie was 1990, 1991.
Godfather was already.
Godfather, yes.
Was
yes.
Richard Dreyfuss in The Godfather?
No.
No. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of somebody else. Jimmy Caan. Jimmy Caan was in The Godfather.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Get back to your other horrible movie.
All right. So
What about Bob?
So what about Bob? So he visits the psych. He has a one-on appointment with the psychiatrist. It was like a greeting appointment, whatever they call those.
Sure.
And then he says, "I will see you back in September. I'm going to my lake for a month on vacation for 2 months."
Sure.
And this guy
Follows
Bob,
him.
Yeah, eventually follows him, but
Okay.
was so enamored with the psychiatrist. Like, you've talked to me like no other psychiatrist has before in my life, and I got to talk to you again sometime. Oh, you got to wait a couple months. He gives him a book, his book that he's shilling out
Sure.
to the world called Baby Steps.
Sure.
So he gives him a copy of the book,
Okay.
and it says, "Go on your way and take the baby steps while I'm gone."
Okay.
But this guy at the time, pre-cell phones and all that, had an answering service. He was trying to get through the answering service to call him at home because he needed him. He was obsessed with this doctor. Talking to this doctor.
It is a comedy.
This is a comedy.
Did they kiss?
Oh, but there's this thing called dark comedy, right?
Do they
Yeah.
kiss?
No, they never kiss.
Do they hug?
I would think he wanted to hug him.
Do they shake hands?
Do they shake hands?
Yes, maybe when they met.
Okay.
Okay, possibly. Possibly.
So did they like rub each other's shoulder in a loving embrace?
No. No, as it turns out, the Richard Dreyfuss character has total disdain for Bob because Bob is crashing it on his life. So he figured out a way to get past the call service, all the other stuff to get his address and where he's going to be staying. He manipulated the call service people into finding out his address or getting phone calls through. So
another stalker movie.
Yes.
What's with the stalker movies?
He makes his way.
See, we're just gonna gloss over that. You're pulling a Joe. We're just gonna we're gonna acknowledge it, realize it, make eye contact, and then you're just gonna go right on to the next one. Okay, go ahead.
I usually look at stalker movies as usually love movies, like man, woman. Like
you are absolutely out of your fucking mind.
But I realize
stalker movies are not man love movies.
I realize that they're limited to
man love,
man chasing women or women chasing man. Usually that's what it is. Somebody having a crush on someone that's unreasonable.
Oh, I got a crush on somebody. Better boil their rabbit. Yep, man, better kill people.
Funny you should say that.
Oh my God. If you say Basic Instinct is your favorite next movie or Fatal Attraction.
Right is it Fatal Attraction?
Oh my God.
That might be a guilty pleasure.
Okay. What about Bob and Better Off Dead? What's number 3?
I'm done with What About Bob?
Yes, you're done with What About Bob.
I'm done. D-O-E-N, done. Okay, you're never going to know this movie.
Oh, okay, then give us hints. Give us a hint.
The movie's probably about 92 years old right now.
Hey, don't be a snob.
Is it Wizard of Oz?
Don't be a snob. Don't be a fucking movie foodie. Don't be a food.
No, it's not Gone with the Wind.
It's Gone with the Wind.
No, it's not Gone with the Wind.
It's Wizard of Oz.
Triumph of the Wills. That's what it is. The Triumph of the Wills. It's a Confederate movie. What is it?
That's Joe's movie.
Nah.
You ever hear of the Marx Brothers? Come on, tell me.
Okay, tell me something that's not pretentious.
That's gonna be pretentious. The Marx Brothers are pretentious.
It's going so far back.
Yeah, we're going back 100 years. So
you can't do that.
I can't.
No,
There's
you can't.
rules.
You can't try to sound smart by saying the Marx Brothers. The people that listen to the show are not going to Google the Marx Brothers because you said that. So get on with it and say something else. Give us a talkie, okay? Give us a talkie.
That is a talkie.
Well, Jesus.
He did give me 2 other ones.
Yeah, terrible ones. Any better?
Oh, because he's never seen them.
No. I've seen
What About
parts
Bob?
of What About Bob, and I'm pretty sure I've seen parts of Better Off Dead.
Legendary. Both of them are legendary. Both of them have cult followings.
It's dry. It's dry comedy, and I feel like you love dry comedy. Very dry. Bill Murray's dry. Richard Dreyfuss is dry.
It was a zany movie.
Zany?
Yeah.
Did it have zazz?
No, that wasn't
pizzazz?
like. It was not different from. It wasn't different from.
If you say Caddyshack, I'm gonna throw this microphone at you.
No, Better Off Dead was more like a gag movie than What About Bob. What About Bob wasn't really a gag movie; it was just a comedy.
Okay, give me your third non. It's got to be before the 70s. It's got to be after the 70s.
It has to be after the 70s.
Please.
Okay. You want me to try?
Jesus.
I could try to think of a modern one, but they make crap anymore.
There's like 2 movies a year that are decent.
Yeah.
There's like 1 movie every 3 years that's worth it.
Gosh, even that?
Yeah, I'll give you 3 years in Hollywood because it's like a cycle.
Well, let me.
Gladiator 2 is coming. Don't worry.
No one's gonna
Gladiator
watch that.
2.
Well,
yeah.
if you placate me, I'll come up with one for the.
No.
It's got to just jump off.
Marx Brothers.
Marx Brothers. Yeah.
Great.
How
many movies did George Washington make? Any movies? Maybe you could pick that one.
Yeah.
You don't have any other. That's what you pick.
Those are my 3 movies.
Those are your 3 movies. Really? Really? I feel like you're trying to be obscure. I feel like you're forcing obscurity.
I loved Airplane.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Airplane was the first of its kind. Airplane was the first of the Naked Guns. For any of these movies.
Yes.
With the exception of
surely you can fly this plane.
Yes, with the exception of Better Off Dead, which was more clever, in my opinion.
Stop bringing up Better Off Dead. Stop bringing it up.
Airplane, I loved. It's the first of its kind, and it was probably
Airplane was great.
Best of all of them. But I liked Naked Gun. I liked a lot of the Leslie Nielsen movies.
Yes, me as well.
Movies. But I love that movie most of all. I thought it was really well done. It was clever. Airplane.
Okay.
Yes.
Any others?
Well, I can't say Naked Gun because I did like that movie as well.
You can
Enjoy
say Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, Spaceballs. Mostly, there's a theme here. If you're gonna go,
There was a theme starting.
the comedies.
Now it's
They're
the
all
comedies.
Mostly, I was into comedies.
Okay,
So
the
if
way
you
you
wanna-
describe them, they definitely do not sound like comedies. They sound more along the lines like American
Well,
Psycho.
Who sounds like the snob now?
Well, I'm telling you what you were saying.
They sound like what to you? Like stalker movies?
Yeah, like stalker movies. The first 3 movies you said sound like stalker movies.
That's back in the day when being a stalker
Was
was
funny.
Yes.
Okay, then Monica
That's-
Seles got stabbed, and that was the end of that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, give me
That's
a
true, actually.
I know.
Yeah, you can't do a comedy stalker movie anymore. Gosh.
comedy.
Really
Oh,
different.
oh, the comedy stalker genre is really, really, really
that-
low right now.
It's gonna make.
Guy
Guy
gets
It's gonna make a comeback.
Yeah, there are this is really like revelation to me.
I
Like, there's
love
no-
you. I
there's
love
no
you.
movies now that were they make
You're 50% Joe right now.
a comedy
You're doing
about
a Joe.
where there's a comedy about a guy who was in love with a girl and goes by
Cuts all the eyes out of her photos and, smells her poop.
but in a funny way.
Yeah. Yeah, in a funny way.
In a funny
funny way.
But in a funny
Jesus.
way.
Okay, give me another bad movie that you like. But I want the worst crappy movie that you like. Is there do you like Beaches?
No, I don't like beaches.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of
You
one.
love
There's a
beaches.
few that are.
You
that-
are all about beaches.
I don't even. I've never seen Beaches.
Don't lie.
I've never seen it.
You saw parts
I know
of it.
Bette Midler's in it. That's
Bette
about
Midler
it.
is in it.
I haven't seen Beaches. There's a lot of movies you'd be surprised that I haven't seen.
Thelma and Louise. Is that your favorite?
I've seen Thelma and Louise.
That's a horrible movie. Horrible movie.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like it. I didn't like Beetlejuice, so there. And then I went. Look at that look from Adam.
Well,
The first Beetlejuice is good.
that's like saying you don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Never seen it.
Come on. Yeah, you have.
I think we had it on video or something. I might have seen. Like you saw. What about Bob?
Stop bringing them up. Stop bringing up your bad movies. You're not allowed to talk about those movies anymore. You're banned. Banned from those movies.
Okay.
Do you have any good movies that you like?
I like Castaway.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a good
So you're
choice.
talking about drama. So
Talking about any movies, but your movies were just,
okay.
I don't know.
Well, I could bring up one more comedy that I love.
Is it What About Bob 2?
It's
No.
American Psycho.
Is it
That's what I
American
was gonna
Psycho?
say.
There's great comedy? Is it,
No.
hold on, is it that great comedic treasure movie, Silence of the Lambs?
These are movies that you said you'll stop and watch whenever they're on. So I've done that with this movie.
Okay.
Too. So the
Okay.
1966 or 67 Batman movie with Adam West and Adam
Are
West
they
in
turning
it.
people to dust?
Yes, that was
yeah.
great. It was so stupid.
Is that when they would punch people and like sound effects
Yeah,
and they'd
the
say like
pow,
woof
pow,
and wham
poof.
and
Yeah.
blam?
Yeah, but you had the whole criminal cast there. You had the Catwoman, you had the Joker, and you had the Riddler, and you had the Penguin. You had them all conspiring
Okay.
against people. You've
Anything
seen the
else?
movie, Adam.
Anything else this millennium?
So we're assuming that people have seen these movies, right? When we say stuff like Castaway,
Well,
Well,
Castaway,
yeah, I
yeah.
think everyone-
Castaway came out in like 2004,
2000.
2000.
That long ago, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pre 9/11. Yeah, that was.
Was that pre 9/11? Are you sure about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I remember. I got yelled at in the movie theater.
Why, were you talking? Were you on your cell?
I
you
was
were
laughing because
Oh my God! That great comedic treasure,
His
Castaway.
Beach ball floated
Yeah.
away.
Oh man.
I think I told you this. So the beach
that
ball.
laugh fest, Castaway.
His companion was that beach
Yes,
ball,
Wilson.
and then he's on
It
the
wasn't
Wilson.
a fucking beach ball. It was a
It was
volleyball.
Oh God, to get
Wilson.
my facts straight. It was a volleyball.
Oh, there's
Excuse me.
Tom Hanks. He's out. Hey, look at Tom Hanks over there chasing that fucking beach ball. What an idiot.
Well, we play volleyball on the beach.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So the beach balls, the volleyball's floating away on the.
Yeah, the tragic part in the movie where everybody's crying.
Yeah, and he's chasing it,
Wilson.
and he's trying to chase it. He looked at this thing as a companion to him. He had an emotional attachment.
Well,
to this
yeah, he
ball.
was on an
He had
island.
nothing. The ball was a person to him, but for whatever reason, he's trying to swim to get the ball, and he goes, well, like almost like, I love you, I can't save you.
And you laughed at it.
And then it pans to him lying there on the raft. It's like a sky view pan, of him on the raft, lying flat, just crying like a baby. Wilson. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I broke out laughing. The woman in front of me turns around, looks me right in the eye, and says, "Grow up!" I don't know. It took me back, man. I couldn't find.
Okay.
I could find a silver lining in anything, but okay.
Okay. Say it into the microphone what she said without screaming it.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, grow up.
Can you? So she leaned. Can you just say it like she's like not
That's
like
how
she
she
said
said
it,
it.
like how you said it? Like so she turned around and told you to grow up.
Yeah, just grow up, stop acting like a kid or whatever. Like, be mature. Kind of like that type of shit that I was being a... That's the only time I think I even made any kind of utterance during the whole movie. Because there was some annoying gentleman sitting behind me.
Was it you?
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not annoying to me.
Oh. Okay.
I might be annoying to you,
No, you're not annoying to me.
but
You
I'm
just
not,
have awful
I'm not
taste in
annoying to
fucking
me.
movies, bro.
So this is another point, because I saw this in the movie.
Get
too.
to the story.
The person behind me
The rude guy behind you.
was narrating to his kids.
So listen, the plane crashed, and now he's on an island.
So there's no dialogue in the movie for like an hour when he's on the damn thing.
I mean, I think he yells fire, and he
Oh
talks
yeah,
to
a
Wilson.
couple of words.
Yes.
No, he talks here, but it's mostly no dialogue for an hour and a half of the movie.
Yes.
And so behind me, he's describing like, oh, he has a toothache.
Well, maybe his son was blind.
Maybe
or
his kid
something.
was blind.
You know, I'm so insensitive. I never thought of that. Oh, he misses his girlfriend. Oh, the flashlight's gonna go out. He's just describing everything that's happened,
Okay.
the whole thing.
Okay.
He wants to go home.
Okay.
He wants to go home. He's trying to start a fire. Is he trying to hang himself? And I had to hear him narrate the whole movie for me as I was watching it.
Okay.
And I never turned around and said, "Grow up."
I think he knows something's about. I think he knows. He might not know. He's gonna know right now,
All right.
but I don't think he does. He don't know.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're
You
talking
don't.
about.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly the. Okay. So let me get this straight. So you're in a crowded theater with a guy behind you who's probably got a blind and deaf kid.
Yeah.
And you're too fucking either lazy or whatever to turn around and just see if the kid, you might be able to tell if the kid is deaf or dumb or something or blind. So there's a kid behind you hitting you with the blind stick because it's definitely blind and he can't hear anything.
We're pretty much in fantasy land now. But
No,
go
I
ahead.
don't know if we're in fantasy land
Yeah,
because
we're
I
in
never had. I've heard people talk through movies. I understand, but I've never had anyone narrate the movie. So I gotta imagine the kid's stupid or blind or deaf.
He's explaining the emotions of this guy.
Well,
to
you're
his kids.
blind. You don't know what he's doing. You can only
Say the
hear.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Go ahead and ask me something.
If you were blind,
Yes,
do you think you'd be going to the movie theater to see movies?
that is a real dumb thing for you to say.
That'd be yes, because you can still hear it.
That's a
and-
real. You need to really examine that.
I never once saw a guy with a walking stick and a cane.
Oh, good Lord. Unqualified Uprising. Follow us on
sunglasses.
YouTube and Rumble and Spotify. Blind people go to the movies.
And they're going to be picketing your house.
They're not going to be picking in my house. They're going to be picking in your... I like the blind. You're the one that don't like the blind. I like blind people.
Unqualified Uprising.
Yeah,
We love the
Unqualified
blind.
Uprising supports the blind.
We love the blind.
Yes. So, okay, so while you were getting mad at the blind kid behind you, the poor old lady in front of you was trying to enjoy this movie, and
you're laughing.
And I'm laughing at a very
during the
serious...
most
serious.
tragic, dramatic part of that movie, where everybody in the theater is probably crying or feeling really upset.
I was just...
You're fucking...
It just struck me
funny.
funny.
You're laughing
It
like the
just
guy in Cape
struck
Fear.
me.
You are Robert De Niro in Cape Fear. I love it.
My brother was with me and his wife. And I was like,
You guys are laughing and high-fiving
I
and
think
shit.
his wife was giving us a look. So, yeah.
God, I
My brother
love
and
you.
were like,
I love you.
We couldn't. It just struck us funny.
It's
Ironically,
the worst. Oh,
a movie that I saw that I hated was called Philadelphia, which also had Tom Hanks in it.
oh my God! I just can't believe you just said you hate Philadelphia.
Okay. I didn't like the movie.
Oh, stop saying that.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Well, there's a seed. You
Oh
know,
God.
That's a
I-
joke.
Oh
on
my.
there.
There's all. Yeah.
when him and
Whatever he
his
says
partner are
next, we don't
hugging.
agree with.
Him and his
Whatever he
partner-
says next, no.
Him and his partner were hugging,
my
and it was a
Lord.
real serious movie. That struck me as funny, and I kind of snickered.
Oh, we're canceled.
Yep, that's it. We're,
We're
done.
done.
That's the
For
end.
what we felt in 1992.
No. Stop weeing that up. Stop weeing that statement.
I'm not alone
No, you are alone
In
in
this-
this
in
very
this- in this
statement.
basement.
Absolutely.
in this basement.
Listen.
I like Forrest
Philadelphia
Gump.
is a heartbreaking movie. Can't say it's not.
I was too immature to appreciate it.
You're older than us.
I was too immature to appreciate it. But at the time when
You
that
were
movie
40.
came out, I wasn't 40 when Philadelphia came out. I was
35.
17 maybe. I don't know, 18.
You were
Yeah.
not 17 when
When
Philadelphia
did it come
came
out? It came out
out.
like
93.
93. Oh shit! Yeah, I already knew Alicia in 1993.
So how old were you?
I would have been 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Probably was.
You're a hetero. First of all, why are you going to see Philadelphia being a heterosexual man?
Well, maybe my wife wanted to see it.
Okay.
Is that an excuse? I
No,
really
that's
want
not
to
a very good excuse.
Well, I've
but
seen.
sure.
I've seen. Let me think of another one.
Just say you're a Tom Hanks fan, you dummy.
I haven't seen all Tom Hanks movies, and there's a lot of movies I saw his that I didn't like.
Yeah, you
Do
just
I have
said-
Yeah,
you just said one
Philadelphia.
of them.
You like Philadelphia.
I just said
I've
it
never
like
heard anyone
Philadelphia.
say that.
Joe
Hey.
versus the Volcano
Hey,
sucked.
you know what movie really sucks? Philadelphia. Ugh.
So
Ugh.
because-
walked out of
So
that.
that makes me a homophobe.
No, that doesn't make you a homophobe. It just makes you not understand.
Art.
I guess. Well, I'm not going that far. That's just. It's Philadelphia to me is like 2001: Space Odyssey.
You really love that movie, huh?
No,
Okay.
what 2001?
No, Philadelphia.
No, I just. It's not necessarily 100% about the movie. It's. I mean, like the box office or whatever. I'm talking more along as like the impact of that movie.
Yeah, I'm talking
That's
about a part, a snippet. From
I know
the
what part
movie
you're
that,
talking about.
That struck me as funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it was like I didn't follow the story when
Laugh
it was
till
going.
you hurt, Philadelphia. Yeah, Tom Hanks,
Laugh-
there
Denzel
was a
Washington.
skit-
Laugh till it hurts.
Laugh
There
till
was-
you can't until it hurts no more.
Yeah, laugh until you have no ability to laugh because
I
your immune system is compromised.
I can't
Good
remember.
Lord.
I can't remember the show, but there was a skit kind of parodying Philadelphia with action figures. And stuff.
Okay.
You're,
Oh my God.
You have AIDS. You're fired.
Oh my God.
It's pretty much what happened in the movie, but they were using action figures. It was like Philadelphia action figures, and kids were playing with the action figures and using them like they would Star Wars figures.
You have any other insensitive things to say or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Any other?
I've said enough.
Yeah. Any other movies you hate? Like I'm trying to think of other movies that are dramatically impactful. That are you really down on 12 Years a Slave or any of those movies like that? Like, did you hate Amistad?
I liked Schindler's List. That was a powerful movie.
You liked it like you were cheering it on, or you liked it like that was a
That was a movie that movie caught me a little bit. Yeah,
caught you laughing?
got me laughing. Yeah,
No,
got
you,
me
weren't
the
laugh-
quip.
you didn't laugh at Schindler's List,
No,
right?
I didn't laugh at
Okay.
Schindler's List, and I wasn't like Seinfeld. I wasn't making out at Schindler's List either.
Who would be making out at Schindler's
From an
List?
episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, it was a Seinfeld reference.
Oh man, was it Costanza or
No, it was
Jerry?
Jerry. He had
Oh.
his parents were in town, so he
Oh,
couldn't get
God.
laid, and he hadn't seen his girlfriend in a long time.
Ugh.
So they're in the movie theater. They're making out like crazy in the movie theater, and Newman saw it. But
Newman.
we're going off. We're going off.
No man.
My favorite character on that show.
Okay, we're done with you for a little bit. We're done with you.
I like Forrest Gump,
Okay, see now you're breaking out the good movies, but you had
but
to,
I like those movies
first you
better.
had to say you hate Philadelphia.
You want
You
me to be
wish
a
it
mo-
never got
you
made.
want me to be
you
a
don't
movie-
understand the cultural impact, and Tom Hanks is allowed the actor. Then you laughed at Castaway when he lost his fucking volleyball. First you call it a beach ball. Jesus.
Shame on me.
Yeah, shame on you. Okay,
Volleyball.
What?
volleyball.
Oh yeah, you play volleyball on the beach.
Get out of here, ADHD.
A beach volleyball.
Okay, you're up, Enigma. Don't say slap shot. Don't say
not
the
gonna
Mighty
say
Ducks.
I like Slapshot.
Don't say the Mighty Ducks. Don't say sudden death with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay.
No hockey-related movies.
All right, Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus, the movie.
No.
Not Jesus the movie. If I was
Yeah.
gonna say that, I'd say Passion of the Christ.
Never seen
That's
it.
not.
That was
a
a
smut
that
film.
was a Jesus slasher movie. That was just
That was a smut film.
That was a movie that
A
was
Mel Gibson smut film.
Just beat the shit out of a guy for 3 hours. I did see that movie. They just beat the shit out
Yeah,
of
they
him.
beat him up.
Beat him up bad. Pulp.
Yeah.
Pulp.
Okay.
I love Pulp.
Okay, Adam, name one movie that you could watch anytime over and over and over again.
Back to the Future Part 2.
I still hate that fucking movie so much. You want to know why? You want to know why? It's a great movie, but they did that fucking hoverboard bullshit, and that was so cool, and I wanted one. And I was very resentful.
that's
I was
why
very
I wanted it.
resentful. Back to the Future 2 is probably, I almost want to say that's my favorite of the Back to the Future trilogy.
In 1969, we put a man on the moon, and now we still can't have a hoverboard.
We still can't. Well, they got crap ones that blow up on planes, but that's a whole different.
I think
Yeah,
in
those have wheels
1969
on it.
Those have
69,
wheels on it.
They put a man on the moon, and then in 1970, we put wheels on luggage.
Okay,
So
that's
we're going the wrong way.
That's great. Any comments about Back to the Future?
I actually never saw the movie. I didn't even see that movie until, like, I want to say COVID.
What?
I had never seen that movie.
Any of them?
I never
Come
watched it. It was
on.
a hit movie. I never saw him.
Come on.
Well, I guess I wasn't really a Michael J. Fox fan.
Oh, Lord.
But-
Don't start being mean about Parkinson's. Don't be mean about Parkinson's. Come on.
I remember my sister loving that show that he was on. There was
Family
that,
Ties?
Family Ties. Yeah, that show, and she
Hated
loved that
that show.
And well, me too.
I hate
And
those people. I don't like Michael J. Fox either. You could say it, but
I
Not because he has
I don't know.
Parkinson's.
But I watched the movie on cable, and
So all the
so
good
it was the
stuff was
edited
cut off.
version. Yeah, so all the good stuff was cut. That must be it.
I mean,
But the second movie is when the guy had like the magazine, and he's
Yeah,
and
that's
he,
why I
the,
like
the
that. And they
bully.
go back. They have the alternate 1985, and they have to go back to the 1955.
Biff.
It was interesting.
Biff.
I mean, the third one sucked like shit.
I like that one though too.
The third one's good. I think in
That was
order.
on the train, right?
I think
Yeah.
in order of trilogy, it goes 2, 3, 1. That's
Okay,
my
here's
opinion.
where I got creeped out by.
Oh Lord, creeped out by Back to the Future, but the Stalker movies are fine.
yeah. The mother wanting to fuck his kid in the movie, not realizing it. That's it.
I mean, yeah, that was
kinda awkward to
little,
watch
that was
it.
a little strange. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas got a little weird on that one.
So I don't know. It was okay. It was okay. Like the first two were okay. So I got through them, but I didn't see
I
them.
wouldn't put him as okay.
I put them as okay.
You put him as like mediocre,
I mean, they were watchable. Like I got through it.
watchable,
I will never watch it. Let's just say this.
watchable.
Like you're saying, we're talking about movies we'll watch again over and over. The movies I mentioned.
I'm
are
talking
movies-
like movies that you could walk by the television, and no matter what scene is on, you could just stop and look at the TV and just watch it for 5 minutes with no, just be like, oh, yep, oh, they're at this part. Oh, okay, it's at this part.
You know what's like that also? Not to
Oh,
go back
God.
to Dave.
What-
Gladiator.
Which the
There's one coming out now. The Gladiator 2 is coming
No,
out.
there's-
Oh,
see,
no,
there's-
no one's gonna see that.
I
piece
think
of
there's
crap.
so there's actually
No, the one in 2000, Russell Crowe.
Okay, because there's another Gladiator movie with Brian Dennehy that I watched on Fox about bare knuckle boxing. It was so
No,
stupid.
not that Gladiator.
Yeah,
I know
the
what you're
Russell
talking about
Crowe
as well.
Gladiator.
But there's a sequel coming out to that movie.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that asshole Pedro Pascal is in it, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I probably want to see it anyway. But go ahead.
Okay, so number 2.
Halloween, the original one.
That's a classic movie.
Yeah.
I cannot say anything about that. 1978, John Carpenter.
Jamie Lee
classic.
Curtis's first role.
Breakout.
Yep.
Well, at least her breakout role might have been her first role. I don't
I think
know.
it's the first one, first role ever.
The budget must have been $50 on that movie, and it's
No.
still really great.
It was like a couple hundred thousands or
Yeah,
some
I
I
shit.
think it was like
Like real low,
330,000, if I remember from
In
the things I've seen.
1975, whatever that movie came out.
78.
78. That movie got me right away. I remember the kid was there was like a brief scene where a kid had eaten a candy bar with a razor blade
Oh,
in
that's
it
the
or
second.
something.
That's the second one.
Yeah, that's a
when
different one.
When he
I
takes
seen
when
them
they
all.
go to the hospital and he has like the razor blades in his mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked all the Mike Myers movies. They got a little ridiculous as it
Yeah, they
went on.
did.
But the first one, I guess I remember it with the second one. I mean, it was just the second one was just took over where the first one left off.
Yeah, I did.
I know in Halloween some of the scariest scenes weren't even the guy who played Michael Myers in the costume. They did a lot of like shooting where they did shots from far away,
Yeah.
and it was like the casting fucking director was in the suit. Or John Carpenter himself had the mask on, and they filmed it from, like, if they're filming him out a window or some shit, or filming him here or filming him there were some scenes that were just random people with the suit on. So if it was a shot from afar, you would see Michael Myers and think it's Michael Myers, but the actor actually inside was an extra or some bullshit.
Could have been Danny Davis.
Those movies were terrifying because they never actually tell you what Michael Myers is. He's been described as the Shape. They tried some shit with the Cult of the Thorns or some bullshit.
Yeah, they tried that nonsense.
All right, so he was just a psycho kid that was the brother of Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie. So as the movie,
No, I don't.
He was a brother.
No, I don't think so. No, he killed his sister, and then thought of Jamie Lee Curtis as
he thought
a
of her as
viable replacement. Yeah, because I believe the first scene is through his eyes.
Yeah,
He's in
stabbing
like
his sister.
kills his sister at the makeup table.
Well, you guys would know more than me, I guess. But
No,
I just remember
know
enjoying
that
the
movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that movie was terrifying because it's like it could happen, but he's
But-
never been actually clearly defined of what he is.
So, but as time went on,
Yes.
so they did like 3 and then 4. I forget which one it was in the end. They have him bound in chains and a straitjacket, chains, any way you can nail a guy down to the floor and in a cage.
Yes.
So they leave the room.
Yes.
And like all sorts of nonsense must have happened in like 2 minutes.
Flim
They come back-
flamming.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. Like what the fuck happened? 2 minutes later, they go back in the room. He's gone. The cops that were guarding him
They're dead.
all dead with
Yeah.
blood on their necks.
Yeah, 17 people are dead. No one saw what happened.
And he
Yeah.
was all chained up. Like, what the fuck happened? That's what he got. Oh. The rest of the stuff I could swallow.
The rest of the shit was kind of reasonable home invasion kind of murder bullshit. Live radio, I love it. Hit pause
I
on
think
that.
the
We're going to pause and take. Pizza break was unconfirmed. Pizza break was not taken. The pizza is not here.
That was false.
It's false pizza break. So Adam said Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
And what was your second one?
Halloween.
Okay,
that's
what's
right.
your third one?
Empire Strikes Back.
Star Wars. Go on to Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back. The best Star Wars.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, shut up over there.
Give me that shit.
Shut up. That is probably one of the best sequels of all time. One.
It was
of the
better
best.
than the original, I would say, to me.
Man, that's such a.
I'm not.
Star Wars is very hard to debate.
I'm definitely not a Star Wars fanatic like you gentlemen are, but
It's
Gentleman's a stretch.
yeah, that's for sure.
It's hard because they used a lot of practical effects, a lot of miniatures, and the new movies just cannot. The fucking the prequels could not even keep up with the special effects from the first one.
Yeah.
The special effects were all CGI in the prequels, and when the Disney Nightmare Company got a hold of Star Wars IP, it was over. They're nothing but CGI nightmares. They don't make sense. They don't make sense geographically. They don't make sense lore-wise. They don't make sense at all, and it's stupid.
Yeah, when I saw episode 1, that was enough.
What, A New
Well,
Hope?
no,
Or,
no,
oh,
no.
yeah.
The way
Phantom
they
Menace?
they went on
The Phantom
advertising,
Menace.
it was coming. It was like 15 years after the last. They started
16,
over.
yeah.
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 It was. I felt like I wasted 2.5 hours of my life when I saw that one. I said, I'm not seeing another Star Wars movie after that.
And and surprisingly, the prequels are miles in front of being good movies compared to the Disney trilogy.
Yeah, and which I might have saw half of one. I can't even tell you the names of the movies anymore or any of that. I just remember about The Empire Strike Back. And the first Star Wars was the first of its kind. The original Star Wars being the first. My dad actually took me to see that when I was a little boy. I can't remember. What I remember about The Empire Strikes Back is that had that cliffhanger. That was the
Yes.
one thing one thing that was left out for
Yes.
me in a movie, which was insane. Like, okay, So what about the guy that's in Frozen Carbonite? What happens to
Han
him?
Solo
Han
was in
Solo.
Carbonite.
Yeah.
Luke
What-
Skywalker was armless on Cloud City. He
Right.
lost one of his arms on Cloud City.
So there was so much unresolved issues in the second movie that's the only. I guess that's the only critique that I would give of it. But they settled it in the third movie in about 5 minutes.
Okay, Adam, give me one more.
Let's see. Alien, the first one.
You're not gonna believe me when I tell you I never saw it.
You're kidding me, right?
I never saw it.
You are. Come on.
I never saw it. I'm not lying to you guys.
You never seen the first Ridley Scott Alien?
I know it's famous movies. A lot of movies that are like I didn't see Better Off Dead until 2020.
Listen, stop bringing
Not
up
Better
Better,
Off Dead.
Off
Excuse me.
Dead. Nobody cares.
It's on my head. It's in
No,
my head.
it's all you got. It's all you
I
got.
saw Better Off Dead in 1986.
Okay.
I meant to say Back to the Future.
Okay.
I hadn't
That's
seen
fine.
that until 2020. I didn't see the original Beetlejuice until I think 8 years after it was on, after it was out. And I happened to see the second one in the movie theater, so go figure.
Alien came out in 1979, I believe, because it was 7 years after that they made Aliens. Alien was one of the first science fiction horror movies. It's more of a horror movie than it is a science fiction movie. And it's weird to say that with spaceships and alien worlds and, outer space. But it was claustrophobic. Sigourney Weaver was an unknown. The only relative famous people in those movies, or in that movie, I believe Sir Ian Holm was the android, Ash, and Tom Skerritt, I want to say, was the pilot. I'm not 100% on that. But the guy from The Fifth Element that made Lilu go around with him, the priesty guy, was the bad guy in Alien. And Tom Skerritt, I think you know who Tom Skerritt is. I think that was his name.
I only remember him from Cheers.
Tom Skerritt?
Yeah, he was on Cheers.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Guy with a mustache.
Yes, guy with a mustache. He did have a mustache.
not
You're
Cheers.
right. You're right. You really never saw
I
Alien.
never saw Alien. I'm not lying. I never saw it.
Okay,
Never saw
that's
it.
claustrophobic horror to a T. You don't see the actual alien for like 45 minutes into the movie. You see the face hugger and you see the egg. I don't think you see the alien for a while.
But I have an open mind.
Well, I
you
suggest
guys
you
don't.
I
I
suggest
have
you
an open
watch that
mind.
movie.
I suggest you see some movies too.
And a,
Listen, don't you dare say it. Don't say it. Don't you dare.
and a close one tied to that, The Thing, the John Carpenter one.
The Thing. Very good movie. The Thing. You have to have had seen that. Mayola,
Oh,
come
come on.
on. The Thing.
Let me ask you guys a
Let
question.
me ask you. Hold
Oh,
on.
go ahead. You
No,
went ask
let me.
first.
Did
went
you
ask
see
first.
the one from the 50s, The Thing from Another World?
No,
Okay.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised.
I saw Psycho.
Well,
Okay,
that's a
that's
classic,
Norman
too.
Bates, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's Hitchcock.
From that
though.
time. From
That's
that
Hitchcock.
Time. Oh, I like the old horror movies. The original Frankenstein, the original Drek. Abbott and Costello.
Oh
Meet
God,
Frankenstein.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, Abbott and Costello.
Meet Frankenstein.
Okay.
Abbott and
Did you guys ever see?
Better
I didn't like
Off Dead 2? Deader, the deadening.
Better Off
Yes.
Deader.
Okay. Better Off Deader.
I saw this movie and I thought it was one of the most boring movies ever, but it was a big hit. I remember the time, but nobody talks about it
What's he
today.
gonna say? What's he gonna say?
Apollo 13.
No.
What's he gonna say?
What do you think? Around the time Star Wars came out,
Okay.
it was a very
Trek, the
famous
movie?
movie. It was very at the time. At the time, I remember
Did
it
you
was a
say
hit movie.
Spaceballs?
No, not
No.
Spaceballs.
What?
Although I like that movie a lot too.
What? The Black Hole Disney?
No, Close Encounters. The third
Wow,
kind.
that's a great movie too.
Yeah.
Close
Okay.
Encounters of the Third Kind,
All right.
Steven Spielberg, and
It's not talked about so
that's
much.
Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Richard
that's a
Dreyfuss
great
was in
movie.
there.
Yeah,
Who
it's
was
a great
also
movie.
in What About Bob?
That's womp womp womp.
Yes.
Womp.
That's all I remember of that, was that tune was in my head.
I remember the guy making mashed potatoes.
I don't remember too much about the movie. I just remember I fell asleep during it.
What?
Mashed
Close.
potatoes. in Cross Encounters of the
Oh.
Third Kind.
I haven't
Close
seen that
Encounters
movie in
of
a
the
long,
Third Kind.
long time.
Yeah, he makes a mashed potato picture of El Capitan or whatever mountain they climb to go up and talk to the aliens.
You did see that movie?
And a
Adam?
long time ago.
Yeah, so I
okay.
think that's from the 80s.
I'm not surprised you know it. I was kind of. All right.
I think it was early 70s.
I just thought
Maybe
that
late
was one of those
70s.
movies I thought just fell off the cliff or something. It was like really popular, and then nobody mentioned it ever again.
That's like, it's not to ET status, but it's definitely 2001 Space Odyssey status. It's like one of those movies you have to see. Adam, give me one more. Because the audience is fascinated with you. They're enamored with you. They want to get into the mind of you. Because you're quiet and you're shy and
Well,
people
not
want to
just
know about
quiet.
you. Our fan is very interested in
Good,
you.
I'm glad.
I'm
The one.
The crowd of one is very
You gotta know
interested.
this movie.
Clerks.
The
The first one.
The first Clerks is good.
Clerks is another one of those movies. They had me going for the first 10 minutes and thought it was great, and then it
First 10 minutes are definitely great.
Yeah,
That is definitely a great movie.
It
But
Yeah, but I'm not
establishes
supposed to even be here today.
yeah, I know. That's great, Dante. That's a great one.
I just remember liking the first 10 movies. Oh, this movie's gonna be great. And,
I really did think it was good. Well, it's good. They crash a funeral. They tip the fucking body over, don't they?
Yeah.
They do something stupid. I can't remember. They play hockey on the roof. I seen that movie.
the hockey part. Yeah, they lost me. I mean, I don't know. I just remember the one when they were showing little bits in the beginning of the movie, and the one guy goes, well, customer says, "You don't have ice for this coffee? You mean I have to drink it hot?" For whatever reason at the time, because all they used to serve was hot
Yeah.
coffee.
Huh.
And yeah, iced coffee was a new thing in the 90s.
Huh.
Not that it was not too many people drank iced coffee before then, if ever.
Okay, I can't interview myself. You guys have to interview
All right,
me.
what do you got?
What do I got?
Besides No Holds Barred.
Hey, don't say hey.
No horns.
No, Bart. I saw it in the theaters in Old Forge with my father
Not
many
for
years
nothing.
ago.
Yeah, not for nothing. Not to interrupt you on this, but that qualifies as a guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, no holds barred. I love it.
I don't think that I stop to watch it necessarily when it's on, but I kind of say that it was hokey and dumb, but I kind of like the movie. But go on, Mike. So give us your top movies.
Yes.
One is not. I don't mean one, but one of my favorite movies is No Country for Old Men.
That is a classic movie from the last 20 years.
Have you seen that movie?
Can you explain it a little bit, maybe?
I can absolutely
Yes,
explain it
please.
to you.
Sounds familiar.
It is about a drug deal in Texas, I want to say.
Yeah, Texas.
A drug deal in Texas between cartel members or whoever you don't really necessarily know. And it goes bad. It turns bad in the desert.
As it should.
I don't think you necessarily even see it go bad. A guy named Llewellyn, I believe, who was played by Josh Brolin, is a rancher or a cowboy or some nonsense. And he comes across this drug deal that went bad and finds $2.4 million in a box or in a bag, in a briefcase. Sees a guy there that's dying in a truck. The guy's begging for water. Josh Brolin leaves, takes the money and leaves.
Leaves him to die.
Leaves him to die. The cartel hitman, whoever this guy is, he's played by Javier Bardem. He is literally, there's no other way to explain it other than he is the personification of death. He is the Grim Reaper. He is every mafia hitman you ever thought about rolled into one. He's got a bad fucking haircut, like a haircut I had in 8th grade. And he goes around with a cattle pacifier. It's the things that he's got like a tank, and he fucking puts it to your head and blows a fucking hole in your head. That's what they use to kill cows. So he goes there to get the money back for the cartel. Realizes Josh Brolin has it because Josh Brolin had left, like I said, with the money, came back to give the dude water. When he came back to give the dude water a day later, the guy was already dead. Javier Bardem somehow tracked him. And
there's a tracker in the back.
Was the fact
there's a
that he
tracker
went,
in a bag.
was the fact that he went. Oh, never mind. That
No,
answers
if
my
he
question.
left the guy to die and never went back,
Yeah.
he might have got he might have taken the money out of the box that it was in with the
Yeah.
tracker in it and got away. Yes, he might have gotten away. He might have got away if he did not go back.
It's always the little things.
But there's really and Javier Bardem won the Oscar for the movie. He won Best Supporting Actor or whatever you can win. He won it, and he's a Spanish guy.
Yeah.
The guy speaks in English the whole time. You can see he has like a strange accent.
I've seen him in another movie.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I've seen him, I think, in Assassins.
He's probably the most dangerous person you've ever seen in a movie, but not as imposing.
Yeah.
I can't describe to you. He just looks like a strange human being, but you can say one or two words in a certain order to him, and he will think of you as expendable. He was getting gas. He went in to pay the guy, and this is in like North Texas in the 70s or some shit.
Right.
He goes in to pay the guy. The guy goes, "Oh, you have any rain up your way?" Now he had stolen the car from some guy and fucking like robbed he like started a fire, so everybody ran out to check on the fire, and then he fucking stole. He did a bunch of good. He did a bunch of shit, like criminal shit. So the guy's like, "What do you mean up my way?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I seen your license plate. I see you're from Dallas." Instantly, the guy's like, "This dude's gonna die." And he flips a coin to decide the guy's life. I won't tell you how the scene goes, but it is borderline one of the most tense scenes in a movie ever.
I'll tell you, it sounds like a movie I would enjoy because I actually do enjoy movies. Usually movies that deal with drug mules and stuff. I kind of enjoy those movies.
You got it. It's not.
I know he's not a mule.
No, he's definitely not a
But,
mule. And
I-
Tommy Lee Jones is in it too, as a down on his luck cop who's at the end of his career, and he's trying to track down Llewellyn.
That sounds
who's
like
Josh
a formula,
Brolin.
though.
Huh?
That's formula. That's like a formula with the cop on his last days.
Right, but in a
Yeah.
different way. Not
Yeah.
Danny Glover, like 2 days from retirement. Like,
I was thinking of Falling Down. That one cop.
oh yeah, well yeah, falling down is that's the guy from The Godfather.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah, me
God,
too.
we're bad.
Whatever
We're bad.
his name is.
Yeah.
Oh God, what is his name? From Falling Down, not the criminal, the cop.
We got to get our research guy
I
on that
don't
right
know.
now.
I don't know who that is. Hold on, I got to respond to a
Yeah,
text
okay.
message. Okay.
Is it about the? I guess it'd be the second one in Falling Down.
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall,
His
that's
name
who it is.
escaped me. Yeah.
He was in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't do it, Sally.
Yes, there you go.
That's the best scene. Can you let me off the hook
Yes.
for old time's sake? And then I saw Ava Goda in
Abe Pagoda. Yep. Okay. Good.
guy lived to be 1,000
Gonna
years
tell
old.
some Don Rickles jokes? What do you got? What do you got?
I just know Ava Goda was the.
You're interviewing
guy.
me, ADHD. You're interviewing me.
Well, I'll tell you this.
You got.
Mike,
I got
I'm
number
probably-
one out. That's all I got.
I'm gonna probably
Right.
watch that movie.
I would watch
Yeah,
that
I'm-
movie.
All right, what do you got? What's your
And
second?
you have.
It's a Coen brother movie, by the way. That means it's good.
Okay.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? You ever seen that movie? That's another good movie, but that's not on my list. My second movie is Heat.
That's a good movie too. Michael Mann.
Yes, you ever seen Heat?
Let me hear about it, and then I'll tell you.
Really?
Something I can't put titles with movies. I'm got Alzheimer's.
The
I guess.
movie Heat? Really? Al Pacino, Robert De Niro?
I've seen many Robert De Niro movies. I didn't see Heat. I don't think I did. Maybe I have.
Okay. So in Heat, Robert De Niro plays a bank robber guy who just got out of jail, who's robbing shit. They the first scene is they steal an armored. There's an armored car. They steal an ambulance, block the armored car, and then hit it with a tow truck, flip it over, and steal non-traceable Vera bonds out of the back of the fucking car. No hesitation to shoot people, no hesitation to shoot at the cops. They're badass. Al Pacino plays he's like a detective, a homicide detective, and he's chasing them, and it's a whole cat and mouse thing, and it's really it has one of the best, or if not the best, bank robbery slash heist ever caught on camera. And it was done. I don't know if it was done in downtown Los Angeles, but the movie, I don't know where they shot that scene, but the movie's based on a real criminal that his name was Neil McCauley, and that's who Robert De Niro's character is. And there was a cop chasing him, and that's who Al Pacino is sort of based on. And they took it out of like the 70s and put it in modern day Los Angeles. It's called Heat.
It was a
cops and robbers movie.
It was borrowed off a true story.
Yeah, Michael Mann based it off. He what is it called? He adapted it from an actual true story, and put it, instead of stealing gold bars, he's stealing drill bits, or he's stealing Varabons and all sorts of shit, or whatever they call that. I'm surprised you never saw that movie. That's a great movie.
I am surprised I didn't see that as well.
It's a long movie. It has some unforgettable scenes in it. Scenes that you will never see in a movie. Just Robert De Niro, criminal in it up as 100% as badass of a criminal as you could possibly be.
Yeah, it just seems like the older I get now, it's just I don't have the attention span for movies anymore, but there seems to be a few that I should go back and watch. I'm always looking on Netflix and Hulu and whatever other app. I'm always looking for, like, I'm with my hand just pressing the button, looking for, like, desperately. So it's like more is less. When I was a kid, you had like 10 channels.
Yes.
Now you got everything and
now you got everything,
to
and there's
watch.
nothing. There's more channels than nothing. It's more channels than nothing. If we just had the 9 channels again, I'd probably watch everything.
Right.
Okay.
But Heat, I would definitely recommend. It's long. There's a lot of long shots. There's a lot of cinematography. The cinematography is absolutely great. I'm telling you, they're flying around in a helicopter, they're jumping in cars.
What year was this movie?
Huh?
What year was it?
95.
95. Yeah, it's an older movie.
I'm actually surprised I didn't see that movie.
It's actually shown to Navy SEALs and other operators in the government of reloading an AR-15, and they say, if you can't do it as good as Val Kilmer does it in this movie, you shouldn't be here. Because they do a bank robbery scene that they go into a bank. It's Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, and Tom Sizemore, with the guy that does the Allstate insurance questions insurance commercials being the getaway driver. You know, you could with safe hands trust
I know
Allstate.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, he gets blown away. He's the getaway driver. So they go into a bank, and they had shut down the security system and shut down all the cameras and everything. They walk in there, and they take over the bank in 20 seconds. Tom Sizemore beats some dude down, aims at the cop. The cop puts his gun on the ground. Robert De Niro stands up. We're here for your money. We're here for the bank's money. Your money's all insured. Lean up against the wall. If you've got any issues, let us know.
Don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero. You know, you're going to be safe. We're not here to hurt anybody. Goes over to the bank manager. The bank manager, he goes, give me the keys. Bank manager's like, what? Goes, punches him right in the face.
Just for saying what?
Yeah, takes the key off his thing, pushes him on the desk, and goes, stay there, let it bleed. Like, these are all iconic parts.
All right.
Gives Val Kilmer the fucking keys. Val Kilmer goes in, bags up 3 just bricks of money, and I mean 3 feet long by 2 foot high bricks of cash. Cuts it open, throws it in a duffel bag. They're walking out within, I think it was 90 seconds or whatever.
Okay.
They're walking out of the bank. Tom Sizemore is already in the car. All of a sudden, here comes Al Pacino. It's Al Pacino, the bad guy from Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill, whatever his actor name is. Forrest Gump's his buddy in Forrest Gump, Bubba Gump.
We're bad with names, obviously.
Yeah, Michael T. Williamson.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Wes Studi from fucking
Scrimps.
Yeah, from Last of the Mohegans was there too. Tom Sizemore's in the car. Robert De Niro gets in the car. It's a Lincoln Town car parked in front of the bank. Val Kilmer goes to get in the car. As soon as he goes to get in the car, a U-Haul moves. Bubba Gump and Wes Studi are standing there. Val Kilmer sees them and immediately starts shooting. And now they're in an all-out fucking gun battle. That's probably my wife getting home. Or the pizza being here. One of the two.
Should we check it out? Should we check out the pizzas?
I
here?
think we're done with the movies. I think we're done with movies for now. I think we'll break into like music or some other shit
Okay.
in a little bit. I think we're gonna take a little break, and I think this is gonna be the end of the episode. And we'll come back to another one.
All right.
All right.
We're
Okay?
done.
We're done
thanks-
for
thanks.
we're done for this episode of Unqualified
I think that is-
Uprising.
That is your wife.
Like and subscribe on Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you can hear us. Try to hear us. Or don't try to hear us. I don't care.
No,
Do
please
whatever you
try it.
want.
We
We
gotta
need a
make that
Lamborghini.
small dent in the algorithm.
Yeah, small dent in the algorithm, whatever, and whatever you do, just always remember.
And you always get our content. And you
Yes,
like-
yes. Always remember. No one's forcing you to watch Better Off Dead.
Ugh.
I'm gonna love that forever. Better Off Dead. Better off not
Until you
watching
watch
that
it.
movie. Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Okay. My special guest host, my movie critic, connoisseur, Tom.
Yes, because I know so much about movies.
Yeah, you
Thank
know so much about movies. The movie encyclopedia himself, Adam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You had the good picks for movies.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Oh, my third pick for movie number 3 is Goodfellas.
That's a good movie.
Thank God you've actually seen that movie. I don't have to elaborate on that. I don't have to
another one
elaborate.
based on a true story.
Lightly based on a true story. Henry Hill was way more of a loose cannon than he was portrayed in that movie.
I'll say I can't even say it's. I have to say it is rewatchable because I have seen it several times.
I could watch that movie every day. of
You
my
always
life.
miss something. It's one of those movies you always miss something. You watch it. I feel like The Sopranos.
Sopranos,
I've
I
watched
could
every
watch
time,
that too.
yes.
But
All right.
we're gonna wrap it up there because we spent a lot of time on Better Off Dead. You're better off listening to this podcast
I got
about
10%
that movie.
of it out.
Yeah, better off listening to this podcast should be the title, or no movies. But Tom likes bad movies.
The In-Laws from 1979. Peter
Oh
Falk and
God,
Alan
Jesus
Arkin.
Christ. Oh, there
See
it
that
is.
movie?
Yeah, Alan Arkin. Yeah.
Oh, check it out.
And
You'll
Peter
get it
Falk.
Check out Unqualified
Peter Falk.
Uprising for all your Peter Falk and Alan Arkin news because we got it. We got it.
In-Laws 1979.
1979.
the
Yup.
CIA movie.
Yeah, great. Anything from the 40s you want to give our listeners an update on? Listen,
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
we won World War II. You don't have to talk about that stuff anymore. You don't have to talk
Spies
about
Like Us. Spies
yeah,
Like
Spies
Us.
Like Us.
The movies tell us everything.
La Femme Nikita. Is that one of your favorite movies?
The movies tell us everything.
The first Hunt for Red October, Hunt for Green October.
The Deer Hunter.
The
That was too
Deer
long.
Hunters. Oh no, the Deer Hunters a great movie.
No, but I mean it's long as hell.
It's
though.
long
too
as hell, but
Yeah.
that's a great movie.
As far as non-movies go.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, the second one. That's Adam's favorite movie. The sequel.
Oh,
Which
God,
you like
the
more,
remake?
Red Dawn 2?
No,
Red-
Channing
I
Tatum
know.
did a remix or a remake.
Or
A rewipe.
the Barbie movie.
Yeah, the Barbie movie.
Oh, come on. Don't hate
Love
on
the Barbie movie.
Barbie
It's been another strange episode of Unqualified Uprising. I am your host, Mike. Bye for now.
Bye.